What is going on, beautiful beings and conscious co-creators? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here, hi, hello, my name is Demi and I will be your tarot reader for today. If you are not new here and you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for subscribing. First and foremost, I have so much gratitude and appreciation for you guys rocking with me. I am bringing you guys a new video, a new series. You know how I am. I got to keep changing stuff. Really, it's just something that I really wanted to do, though. I started doing this back like a month ago, 2 months ago. Anyway, but I actually have a title now, so I'm going to create a whole playlist. And I'm calling this the Get It Together series, okay? Yes, this was inspired by the lovely India Ari. I absolutely love her songs. They are such a mood for me. And that song particularly is so appropriate for a lot of us who are in the season of just, needing to just get ourselves back on track, get ourselves where we need to be. Hashtag no excuses. You know what I mean? It's just about acknowledging the things that we need to improve on so that we can fly high, like in the song she talks about. So, this is going to be accountability readings. This is going to be sessions where we really just get down to the bottom of what's going on. And not only that, but also providing solution oriented advice. Like I like to be solution based, basically. I like for people to not only come to me with the problem, but come to me either being open with the solution or having solutions of their own that they want to kind of politic over. So I prefer to be that type of reader. I am solution oriented. I'm not just going to give you the problem. I'm not just going to tell you what's happening. I'm going to tell you how to navigate it. I'm going to tell you how to fix it. I'm going to show you what the cards say. I'm also going to provide you some additional insight and added clarity with downloads that I may get throughout the course of this series. These are also very timeless. These are also timeless episodes or videos, whatever you want to call them. So whenever you watch this video, know that it was divine and destined for you to watch it, okay? So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the message. I already have the cards pre-picked, and I'm going to also include a close-up of all the cards so you can see them in all of their glory up close. But I'm going to read to you guys what we have. So the first card that I pulled is this one in the middle, and it says self-belief. The words underneath say, self-belief is the magic key that opens up a better, more inspired future for me. Self-belief is the magic key that opens up a better, more inspired future for me. The two cards on either side, the first one says witch's hat. That one came out first. And underneath it says power, and then this card says fire, and underneath that says passion. And then the last two cards, this one came out first, so this one says sharing, and then this one came out last, and this one says turning in. Okay, so what is the message here? These videos are going to be me more so asking you guys questions that I want you to ponder for yourself, questions that you can even, this would be one of those readings where you may want to grab a piece of paper and a pen and take notes, okay? Because these are going to be questions that I want you to ask yourself. I want you to find the answer for yourself. You may need to pause this video. You may need to come back to this video after you meditate some more. However, which way this is I want this to feel like a open dialogue that I start with yourself though, okay? So, the first card, self-belief. The question that I was getting when I was meditating on this card was, do you actually believe in yourself? And I don't mean in a reading rainbow sort of way where it's just like, well, yes, of course I believe in myself, because you believe that that is the appropriate answer, because throughout the entire meditation of these cards, I kept getting this sense that a lot of you all are in this place where you're doing things because you see other people doing them. You're doing these things because you are afraid of judgment or backlash. It's kind of like if everyone was in a single file line, if everything in you told you to step out of line, you probably wouldn't do it because it would go against what everyone else is doing and what you would deem to be appropriate. Okay, so my question is, do you believe in yourself enough to go against the grain? Do you believe in yourself enough to follow your heart if everything else around you, your outside world, is telling you not to do it? Because some of us are getting to this place where we understand that, it's okay to be unique, it's okay to be different, but I still feel like a lot of us are like, okay, we can be different and we're stepping out and we're trying it, but I'm going to limit myself because I still have to show up in these other certain ways. Again, it's all about you choosing to be acceptable for the general public or the masses, and you choosing that over having unwavering faith in yourself and what you believe for yourself, how you believe your life is supposed to look. So the first question I would ask you guys is, what do you believe your life is supposed to look like? Like deep down, what do you believe it's supposed to look like? And I'm talking your career, what you do on a day-to-day basis, your hobbies, like how you live, how you drive, what you drive, how you travel, where you live, like what do you believe, not what you kind of are lusting after in the moment or what you saw someone on TV do, so now you want to do it. No, when it's at the end of the day, how do you believe you're supposed to live? Because that is super, super important. We have to start there. There's a foundation that we need to set. And I want you guys to also, as you're pondering this, what do you believe that your skills, your abilities, your talents, your strengths, what do you believe those are? And how do those relate to your future? How do you use those to get your future dream life? I again, the series is about getting your stuff together. So I am going to hold some of you guys accountable. I want you guys to hold yourselves accountable. The mission, my mission for these videos in this series is I want to see people take some of this information, take some of these questions, and use them to get from point A to point B. Point A is where you are now. Point B is where you want to be. And so I'm going to be challenging you. I'm going to be challenging your belief systems. I'm going to be challenging your faith. I'm going to be challenging the things that you really need to unlearn and wipe clean. I'm going to be, I'm gonna be that person because you need it. Because some of you don't have anyone who's going to do this. And so I'll be the bad guy because I want you to see what's on the other side. I want you to at least see what's over there, if that's what your heart desires. But some of you have to get out of your own way. Some of you need to be pushed. So this card is coming in first and foremost to just ask you these real heavy-hitting questions. One, do you believe in yourself enough to step out? And if you do not, why? What excuses are you lending here? Because they are excuses. Even if you may not see them as excuses, they are. They are excuses. And I'm not going to baby you. I think the world does enough coddling, and a lot of you guys have been coddled enough, and someone needs to come in and smack you a little bit and say, hey, what are we doing right now? Let's go. Let's go. Let's get up. We can't sit here in our judgments. We can't sit here in our negativity. We can't sit here with this woe is me attitude. Okay, life knocked you down. Are you still here? Yes, get up. Get up. Let's go. We have a journey still ahead of us. And we got to go. We got to get there. Why? Because in this dimension, time waits for no man. You keep thinking you have all these years ahead of you. You have all this time. You have no idea what's going on right now. Like outside of this matrix, outside of what they're showing you, you have no idea what's happening right now. Don't take it for granted. Also, what I want to talk about with this card is actually that self-talk. What are you telling yourself? What kind of beliefs systems are you recycling? I use that word a lot, recycling, meaning marinating, repeating over and over again. Are the thoughts that come into your mind? I want you guys to even write down some of those thoughts. Are those thoughts mostly negative or positive? Like spend a day, honestly, I swear to God, this will change your life. Spend a day with a little book, like a little notebook, small one that you can fit in your purse. And every time you think a thought that is maybe like an opinion, like maybe you pass by a mirror and you look at yourself and every time you think a thought about yourself, like, oh, I look good, or oh, I look fat, or oh my God, my face or my skin, whatever that is, when it comes to you, every time you think a thought about yourself, try to write it down. Or even if you're on your phone, just record a voice memo of what you just thought. And I want you to spend the day trying to do that. I'm telling you guys, I know it may be kind of like, what? I don't have time for that. You should. You should have time for this. Why? Because this is life changing. Because when you look back after the day's end and you reflect, I want you to count how many times those thoughts were positive, how many times those thoughts were speaking life into yourself, how many times those thoughts were reinforcing, like, how you've got to get to your destination, how you've got to get to your goals, how you've got to get to the future that you want, the life that you are trying to design. How many thoughts in that day are you thinking about reinforcing that? Or are these thoughts doing the opposite? Because some of us are under the attack of our mind. Our mind is attacking what the soul wants. Some of us think that they work in harmony. Not always. Not always. Sometimes the mind attacks what the soul wants. And that's what I'm trying to expose with that activity. So that is a suggestion, a highly recommended suggestion. The next two cards, like I said before, was power and passion. So this card is a reminder that you are stronger than you think you are. And I know sometimes life can really come at us. And I know in life, things happen to us. People do horrible things to us. Institutions do horrible things to us. And sometimes we can feel like everyone is against us. And even in those instances where that may be true, you still have the most important thing, which is yourself. You have yourself. We have got to stop thinking that we are powerless. We have to stop thinking that we are weak. We have to stop thinking that we need other people first and foremost. You need yourself first and foremost. So I don't want you guys to overthink, especially when things start to happen in a way that's like when life gets really intense. I don't want you guys to overthink. I don't want you guys to stress out. I don't want you guys to spiral. I need you in those moments where you are tested the most. I need you in those moments to just feel what it feels like. Just feel yourself being where you want to be. Like, try to step out of present and into where it is that you want to be, that life that you want to live. Where are you in that? What does that life feel like? Because sometimes we allow present stressors to overwhelm us, and sometimes we allow present stressors to knock us off of our manifesting track. It's like, yes, I know you wanted this specific car, and right now your current car is broke. But instead of focusing on spending all this energy upset about the fact that your car doesn't work, continue continue focusing on this other car. And yes, you need to deal with the car that's broken right now, obviously. But you don't have to let that consume you. You don't have to let that absorb all of that energy and only produce negative energy. Why? Because it's so much harder to remember the life that you want where you have your dream car. It's so hard to remember that when you're just allowing the fact that your present car being broke. It's so hard when you're just letting that beat you down so much. See, we have forgotten how to remain faithful and optimistic in the midst of turmoil, in the midst of chaos. That is a strength there. So, how do you do that? You remain passionate. You allow your passion of fuel as fuel. You allow that to be the thing that keeps you going. Yes, this happened over here, but we're still going. How do you remain so motivated? Because I'm passionate. I'm passionate about my future. I know what's meant for me. And I'm not going to stop until I get there. I'm not going to let anything stop me until I get there. And I may fall down and I may mess up and this may happen. I may go broke. I may lose these things. I may lose this car. But none of that is going to stop me. I know the world wants me. I know the world wants me to care about the fact that my car is broke. I know the world wants me to care about the fact that the car got repossessed. I know the world wants me to care that I got evicted. I know that I'm supposed to feel embarrassed. I know that I'm supposed to feel, ashamed. But I don't have time to do that because I'm too busy feeling passionate about what's for me. I'm only focusing on what is for me. So I can't absorb what the world wants for me right now. Because I also understand that the world wants me to stay in this little paradigm where I'm just constantly in survival mode. But I've been watching this series, and this series is trying to help me get my stuff together so that I can get out of survival mode, so that I can live the way that I'm supposed to, which is abundantly, which is freely, and in pursuit of the things that make me happy. So stop conforming. That's what this card says, witch's hat. Stop conforming. Be you. Do you. It's too many of you guys wearing uniforms and you're not supposed to be wearing uniforms. You're trying to assimilate and you're not supposed to. But you're doing that because you're afraid, and being fearful and passionate doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. You're not meant to look like everyone else. You're not meant to. This card says turning in. That means, and I think it's a very appropriate card saying how this is the first episode of the series, but turning in is coming, and it's kind of asking you guys to take a break. Take a break from conforming. Take a break from participating in the monotonous day to day, gotta gotta catch them all Pokemon. Just like the things that the world is telling you to care about. Take a second to even just pay attention. They're telling you what to care about. They're telling you what to be afraid of. They're telling you what to be worried about. And I'm not saying there's not anything that we should be concerned about, but fear being constantly replayed over and over and over into your psyche is not helping you. So turn it off. Turn off the noise. Turn off the distractions. And seek inner peace. Seek healing. Let's address this stuff here. But the only way to effectively do this is to let go. It's to let go. Because there are things that you're doing and practicing. There are rituals that you're doing that you have no idea how harmful they are to you. That you have no idea how harmful they are. There's things that you are recycling, things that you are ingesting, whether you're actually ingesting it as far as food or whether you're ingesting it as far as mentally. And you have no idea how harmful they are to your psyche. So tune out the world, tune out the opinions and the judgments. Seek contentment with yourself. Be by yourself. Spend some time by yourself. Some of you need to get to know yourself again. Some of you need to introduce yourself to yourself. The last one is sharing. And I think some of you guys really should document this journey, because I think your testimony is going to help some people that find themselves in the places that you once were. See, because when you get to a higher place, you can speak to those who are, still in their lower state that need help. Now you know how to do that. And now you have the documentary. Now you have the tools, the resources, and the ability to help teach and mentor. So be a blessing in that way. Be open to being a blessing in that way. Also, I want to talk about the flow of energy here, because when I see sharing, I think of energy. As you receive, you give, and as you give, you will receive. That's just how energy works. When you try to contain it, well, that's really, never mind. I'm not going to say that. Don't try to contain it. If you're asking why, because that's just not how energy works. And people, I'll just say it like this, people get into a lot of trouble when they go against universal principles. So, as you are receiving, for example, as you are receiving these instructions, find some way to give to someone or something. Flow of energy. Keep that flow of energy open. And as more comes to you, more should be given. Okay? This is not about being selfish. This is not about being greedy. Again, the flow of energy here. You have no idea how much abundance can come when you stop being so, selfish traits, greed, gotta catch them all, Pokemon, whatever that thing is called. Like, where it's like, I'm trying to acquire all of these things for myself. When you do that, and I know, like, it may look like, okay, everyone is prospering who you feel like does that. No, they're not. And like I said, when you try to go against universal law, when you try to contain energy, things that you don't want to happen. Anyway, this is your reading. Thank you guys for watching. My camera's about to cut off, so I'm going to go ahead and sign out. But please subscribe for more. And I will be doing more of these Get It Together videos, so stay tuned for that. Bye, guys.